Welcome back. In a bid to help mitigate the spread of COVID-19 while showing compassion for the elderly, Massey Stores Supermarket implemented an initiative for the elderly to shop during the hours of 7 to 8. One member of the public has asked for this initiative to be continued going forward. Genevieve Gonzague stopped by the supermarket to see how the initiative is rolling out.
Massey Stores Supermarket has undertaken an initiative to have a special shopping time slot for the elderly. This comes about after concerns were raised about panic buying and the vulnerable not being able to go to supermarkets. The Hot 7 team stopped by the supermarket to gauge the effectiveness of the initiative. Taxi driver Vincent Frederick was stationed outside the supermarket and applauded the move.
They've been handling it quite well. The elderly, I noticed, been going in, and also the essential services like the police and the nurses. Up to this morning I was observing quite a number of nurses and policemen and women, they were allowed to enter before the members of the public. So I think it's a very good thing by Massey Store to allow the elderly and the essential services to enter.
He is of the view that the initiative should continue indefinitely.
It should be done on a full-time basis, not just a crisis alone. I spoke about that yesterday as well, because when you really look at it, it shows that you are sympathizing with them now, and after the 2 weeks, that thing is back to normal. They still have to take the line like any member of the public. So that should be something that should continue, because the elderly is getting older year after year. They're getting weaker.
We spotted an elderly woman who was unaware that she is entitled to special treatment. It was our pleasure to guide her accordingly. Many people agree with the initiative by Massey Stores to have a specified time for the elderly to shop. They are even asking for it to be done on a full-time basis and not just during the crisis. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Private physicians under the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association are working diligently with counterparts from Victoria Hospital, strategizing a safe, seamless transition of equipment and inpatients to the Owen King EU Hospital. More from Glenn Simon.
As the excitement builds within the medical fraternity, who are engaged in meticulously planning the transition efforts to the Owen King EU Hospital, what has not been lost on them is the historic nature of this event, of moving an entire hospital within their lifetime. Medical Director at the Victoria Hospital, Dr. Alicia Eugene Ford, expressed the enthusiasm of her team.
I think everybody, not only the staff at the Victoria Hospital, but also the other persons coming on board to assist us, they're very happy. As you know, when we move at the Victoria Hospital, it's not only for Victoria Hospital, but it's something that will benefit the whole nation of St. Lucia. So we're very excited. We really want it to happen, and we're working very hard and tirelessly to make this happen, but also take into consideration that we have COVID-19 and we need to take all the precautionary measures to ensure that we do not have COVID-19 at the new hospital and our COVID-19 cases are managed at the respiratory hospital.
Nursing Director Ruth Regis Adesanya has been instrumental in strategizing the move to the OKEU Hospital. She declared there is no turning back, full steam ahead, while expressing the excitement of the nursing fraternity.
It's really exciting to see an event that we've planned for so long, and we've worked so hard and have had so many ups and downs about it actually coming to fruition. We are aware that we are really privileged to be part of this. It is something that not many nurses get to be part of in their lifetime, the moving of a new hospital. So we're really, really excited. The excitement on the ground is amazing, and we may be physically tired, but we're so motivated to do this. So it's definitely happening this time.
As our cameras went round, capturing the staff in preparation mode on the various units, we asked them to share their feelings about the move to OKU Hospital.
Generally, everyone is excited. Everyone is excited. We've been hearing about moving for years now. And every time we hear move, everybody like, okay, we're moving again. Yeah, we're moving, but we never actually move. But this time around, when we realize, okay, this is happening for true, this is how with me, all the way. We've had like just a few days to set up a whole surgical unit, and we're ready. It's a new journey and it's a bit exciting.
So personally, and I think I would speak on behalf of every single member of staff, from doctors, nurses, domestic assistants, porters, kitchen, that everyone wants to leave. I have to say so for myself. It's been very long since this move was anticipated, and I think it's time. The structure is falling apart around us as we speak, and while there's a lot of work that can be done and there's still a lot of use for VH, we're quite aware that there's room for VH still, but it's time that we take advantage of what has been gifted. It's time that we take advantage of better facilities for our St. Lucian public and for our patients in general.
I'm very excited about this move. In terms of patient care, coming into this new facility is going to allow us to, afford a lot more comfortable and a lot more better patient care and to take care of our people. It's true, it's under strenuous circumstances, but maybe that's God's blessing in moving us into here so that we could start afresh and really give our community and our patients what they deserve in terms of quality of care and comfort of health care.
Well, when it comes to day surgery, we're excited that we finally get here and we're able to give the public the kind of care that we envisage.
The Prime Minister visited the new hospital on Wednesday, March 25th, to get a first-hand view on the progress made thus far. He commended the staff for their hard work and dedication.
But the thing that was really encouraging was to see the morale of the staff here, and given the magnitude of what they're going to have to accomplish over the next 72 hours. Many of them have been working for 16 days non-stop, and everybody remains focused, everybody has smiles on their face, everybody remains incredibly enthusiastic.
He also weighed in on what Friday's move means to him personally.
Friday is a momentous day. I was working in planning when the concept of having a new hospital came about with Minister Lancico, and we've seen many ministers of health and many prime ministers since then to bring this to the fruition, and certainly the European government and the citizens of Europe. St. Lucia can never thank you enough. This is the largest capital investment program that they've done in the southern part of the Caribbean. And I know that we're all disappointed that it has not been open earlier, but Friday, the doors will be open. St. Lucians will start to enjoy the benefit of their benevolence.
As Monsignor Patrick Anthony blessed the entire hospital, including the Minister for Health and key health officials, the media were invited on a walkthrough of the new hospital on Thursday, March 26th. They captured preparedness activities and interviewed the main players involved in the full transitioning of VH to OKEUH. Reporting for the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Glenn Simon.
Some of the church's faithful are arguing that if some businesses can remain open, then so could the churches. They argue that the church is the most essential thing at this time and that social distancing could have been practiced while churches remain open. We took to the streets to hear what you have to say on this matter.
We are all being urged to practice social distancing. We see it being implemented in our buses, our supermarkets, and our banks. The question is now being raised, why not in our churches?
This is a very nice to hear this. What I would say, the church don't have to be closed. The church have to be open, but it don't want to be full like before. But the church have to be open, and that's the best thing, by the hands of the Almighty Father. That is the blessed place for us to be. It don't going to be closed. It don't make it don't make no sense to close. So we can have it open, and then even though we don't sit too close to each other, but the church have to stay open.
Supposé ouvert pour nous prédier, pour nous malades ça ka couille en pays pour nous garder ça bon Dieu ça fait ban nous pour malade ça là puis si ça sauver nous en malade ça là c'est lui qui papa c'est lui qui met c'est lui qui ni pour faire tout ça ni pour faire ban nous.
If the church is wild enough and people will want to how they saying that with the people when you not interrupt, but people have to understand. Now, if they say certain amount of people have to come to church or certain amount cannot come, like if it's 50 people that have to come to the church, How can you know it's 50 that will come to church? You cannot know it's 50 because I will make up my mind, say I will go to church. My mother will make up her mind and say somebody else will make up their mind because we don't know how many. So for our safe, it's better for us to be safe than sorry. If they say no church, well, at the end of the day, I know it's God in charge because I am a Christian and I believe in God 100%. I know there is a true God. And when I look at St. Lucia, I see God is with us.
Yeah, I think the same can apply as for the buses, to a seat. So the churches, if they can have at least free to a pew, that should be safe in my humble opinion. You follow me? And for those churches who cannot have free to a seat, probably they'll be jam-packed. They can have the home church. As it was in the beginning, so shall be in the beginning after Christ's crucifixion, the Christians were scattered and they had to meet in caves in church at home. So your home church, you have the father, the mother, the parents, they take a Bible, they read and pray at home church. But I think in principle, the same can apply in the churches too. If you have a church, you control it. If you can't have it, at least free to a pew, skip the back pew, you can probably still have service. That's in my own layman's opinion. I think that's a good idea.
I think it can work because the benches are long enough to take not much people. They can put probably 3 on a bench or 4 on a bench. And yes, we need that as a nation to pray.
Because compared to the other places and the things that happen in the other places, and I see we had 3 cases and it's not even from St. Lucia. And 2 of the people went back to their places already. And to me, since that day, the people came to St. Lucia, arrived in St. Lucia, and up to a day of today, you have not heard of anybody that is sick that come to the hospital with the virus or whatever, that have any sign of the virus. And to me, I believe we're safe. So if the government continue doing what they are doing to keep the people out of St. Lucia, the airport is closed, the shore, boats cannot come in, to me, we will be safe by God's grace. And what I can say, everybody to take precaution because God is with us. We talking about God, we seeking strength from Him because right now nobody cannot help except God. And we have to put our faith in Him, but at the same time, He don't ask us to be foolish and be careless with ourselves. We have to take precaution. Even though we cannot go to church, we can be at our home with our small family, or if we have a large family, and praise God at our home. That will be a good time for us to stay at our home and to praise God and to pray together, to sing, to study His words and to worship our family. So for now, if it's like that, it can happen. To me, it can happen like that, and let it be so until things will get better.
As a praying nation, many people suggest that we continue with our prayer sessions. However, to implement social distancing, they are suggesting that only 2 or 3 people be seated in a pew. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.